Alright, I'm just starting to educate myself more about foods. My education was very limited to what I learned in school, the basics. But as far as going further into it and discovering truly what's healthy to eat, I'm still learning more and more. Alright, and some documentaries that I watched that I really recommend for everyone to watch. Um, One of them is called Earthlings, Human Cruelty. Alright, that's one. Another one is called Food Inc. And then the third one is called Food Matters. In the description section of this video, I'm going to post the links that direct you to that documentary, and it's free to watch. Documentaries are available on documentary-log.com. Okay, so I highly recommend you watch those documentaries to educate yourself more on what types of foods are out there, and also how the foods actually get into the grocery stores and the processes that need to be gone through in order for you to get the food that you buy. Alright, but as far as my own personal experiences, um, you know, as far as organic foods are concerned, um, I didn't really know much about it. I mean, it just came out of nowhere, and I saw the word, organic, and I just thought it was just kind of like a gimmick, just a way to get people to spend more money for the same quality. That's what I thought. You know, where you go to the grocery store, and then you see an apple, and then another apple, and then one apple has a sticker organic, and then there's a regular apple. I thought that, well, how do you know what's the difference? Anybody could just put a sticker on something and say that it's organic. So I thought like that for a long time, until recently I actually tried organic foods. And then I was very amazed to see the difference. One of the first things that I tried was a banana. I tried organic bananas, um, which were only 25 cents more per pound than the regular bananas. So I just tried it, and I noticed that it was much different. It tastes so much better. The texture was softer, and it wasn't as rubbery. It wasn't as starchy. It was just a much higher quality banana, and ever since then, I've been just buying organic bananas. Slowly, I've been trying more and more organic stuff, and I've noticed some very positive things about organic foods, but it does cost more money. Okay, organic apples, for example, they're much more crunchy, and it tastes, so much more sweet and better than regular apples. Um, it's not that every single thing that you buy organic is going to be fresh and good, but it definitely increases the percentage. I'd say maybe 80% of the organic things that you buy will be a high quality. Sometimes there's 20% that tastes just like the regular stuff. All right, whereas the regular stuff, for example, um, you could buy, 90% of the stuff just doesn't, is low quality, and maybe you might find 10% that's decent. I just noticed, it's just a big difference in the organic. We also tried organic tofu opposed to regular tofu, and it does taste better. It does smell fresher, and the quality's much better. We tried organic onions. My wife said that the onions are much sweeter. Okay, we tried organic carrots. She said that the carrots are more sweeter as well than the regular carrots. Um, and then those other products that I mentioned earlier in this video. So we're trying more things organic, and we're noticing some very positive things, but it does cost more money. But what I recommend is, if there's something organic and it costs just a little bit more, that it's worth the money. But if it costs like triple or quadruple more, depending on how much money you have, how much you could afford, it might not be worth it. For example, you know, they might have strawberries for $5 a pound organic, and then you got regular strawberries that are like, $2 a pound. So it's almost triple the price. Not everybody can afford it. I noticed that when I was been eating regular strawberries, they just have, it's very it's almost like eating nothing because there's no sweetness to it. It's just like it seems like there's nothing in the strawberry. There's no taste. I haven't tried the organic strawberries yet, but I'm still looking forward to try it, and I'm anticipating that it's gonna taste a lot more sweeter, a lot more better. So that's, some of my experiences with organic foods, and as far as those documentaries are concerned, it's gotten me to be more educated about the you know the content of meat, of the content of the meat that we eat, where it comes from, what exactly is in the meat, and how healthy it actually is for you. I was always been a meat eater, pretty much my whole life, mainly. In college, I went a period of maybe 3 years without eating red meat because I just felt that that it wasn't that good for my body, and I have no problem eliminating meat, but I started to eat red meat again. And now, after watching those documentaries and also observing how my body responds to eating meat, I'm starting to be less of a meat eater. I'm starting to not eat as much meat. I'm not sure if I'm gonna ever be, vegetarian or vegan or nothing like that, but I'm definitely going to consume less meat. These documentaries will say it all. There's not. It's something that you have to see. I'm not gonna go against meat, but I think that everybody, meat eaters and non-meat eaters, have to watch those documentaries in order to make the best decision for you, and what's healthy for you, what's healthy for the environment, what's good for the animals. Some of these things that the animals go through, it's very sad, and the quality, I'm all about health, and the quality of the meats, it's not nearly as good as it used to be. Okay, so I'm starting to eat less and less meat, and my body, I could tell it's feeling better. I think when I eat a lot of red meat, it's very heavy on my stomach, and it just doesn't feel good. Alright, so I'm starting to eat less, and I think that people should look into where this meat comes from when you go to fast food places, when you go to the grocery store. We don't know where this meat comes from, but these documentaries will educate you to let you know where these meats really come from, and it might get you to see things very differently. Alright, so I'm starting to eat less red meat, or meat in general. I'm starting to eat less meat, and rather putting my money in more natural foods, more organic foods, foods that are naturally grown, and these foods definitely taste, so far that with what we've experienced, it tastes so much better. Alright, so I think this is something that's very important for all martial artists, all athletes, all human beings in general, is, pretty much they always say you are what you eat, and I think it's true. It's very important that you educate yourself on what is healthy and what is not. I thought it was more clear. I thought it was very clear cut before, but now I'm starting to see that there's more education required in order to go beyond what you normally learn from school. There's more education required, and these documentaries could be the first step to help you become educated in order to discover for yourself what is good for you, what's not. Okay, so I just recommend those documentaries. First one is called Earthlings, Human Cruelty. The second one is called Food Inc. And the third one is called Food Matters. Alright? You watch those documentaries, and it's going to be a lot more than what I can say in any video. But all I'm saying is that test it out yourself. Buy something naturally grown.